Welcome, everybody, to the Just Add Bourbon podcast. I'm Jimmy Don Kerr.
And I'm JD Damon. What's going on?
Oh, is JD not there?
Oh, yeah. Can you not hear me?
Are we locked up? I think we're locked up. Well, that's JD Dameron. If we come back, I don't know if it's my internet or what's going on. But welcome back to the Just Add Bourbon podcast. It is another beautiful Sunday evening here in the hills of Eastern Kentucky. Got a fun show for you today. We're actually going to talk a little bit about JD and what animals he thinks he can fight. Are you there, JD?
Yeah.
Are you with me?
Yes.
So apparently we're still having some technical issues. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Can you hear me, JD?
Yes. I can hear you. Can you not hear me?
Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I don't know if the internet's – I don't know what's going on. Yes. Can you see us, people? Let me check this real quick on our stream. I don't know. You're froze up on my side. It very well could be my internet. I don't know. So hang on. We'll try this again here. Oh, so you can see and hear me. JD just texted me. He can see and hear me, but he's frozen up on my side. I don't know what exactly is happening. So anyway, says y'all are working. We can hear you all. Cassie. Hey, Cassie. Said yes. I'm really not messing with you. I swear to God, JD. JD just sent me a text and says, I feel like you're messing with me, and I swear I'm not. But for whatever reason, JD is frozen up on my side. And I just got a message, or it's my internet. Yeah, it's Jimmy's internet. So it's all me, JD. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I don't know. There?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I think he's messing with me. Yeah, apparently it's my internet, JD.
Can you hear me at all?
Well, it's a show.
Oh.
Anyway, what about now, JD? I see you. You're a little bit there.
I can see you. I can hear you. Everything's fine.
I hear JD laughing. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, Cassie May Sloan, I'll talk to the audience just for a second. Like you're there, but like I can see you. You're just frozen up. I don't know. My internet. So I don't know. But anyway, Cassie, what's up? Glad to see you. I saw our baby. John is laughing that I got a shout out from the James Don. That's right. My boy, John Sloan, that is his beautiful wife. And love their baby just graduated. Makes me feel really, really old that the baby, Tori, just graduated. All right, JD, are you with me now? Oh, JD's completely gone now. So let's see if we can get JD back. He may come back here. So I don't know. But anyway, we've got a fun show for you today. If we can get our internet issues worked out, let's try to add JD back here right now. All right, JD, are you there?
I'm here. Am I here? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you now. I don't know. Like I could see you the whole time, but you were frozen up.
I feel like you're messing with me, bro.
I swear to God, I'm not. I swear I'm not. It's funny. No, but we do have a fun show. Let's just start this over, JD. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Welcome, everybody, to the Just Add Bourbon podcast. I'm Jimmy Don Kerr.
And I'm JD there. What's going on?
And it's another beautiful Sunday here in the hills of Eastern Kentucky. JD and I got a fun show for you today. But JD, I got to start the show out with this weekend. JD and I went to the lake yesterday. Had a little, bro time at the lake. Went on our buddy's boat. Did a little tubing. First time I had been on the water in a while. But I really enjoyed myself. But I got to know, JD, are you sunburnt?
Bro, I am roasted. Like, I want to lift my shirt up, but I don't want to embarrass myself. But, dude, I am absolutely on fire. My arms, oh, my God, they're so tender. I can't hardly lay down, man, without, I can't lay down. I can't be comfortable sitting. Anything touches me, it's like, ah. And Amanda was like, "Do you got any aloe?" I was like, "Come on, lady, I don't have no aloe."
Yeah, that's JD's remedies. He's gonna have to rub beer on his arms.
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, I need to rub some cold beer on here. Maybe it'll cool me down." But no, like
Cold
All
beer's
right,
always
so
the answer.
that's right, always there. So like I got home, JD dropped me off yesterday, and like I was exhausted. Like the sun had completely zapped me. I was exhausted. I come in, Addison is like, "Hey, me and my friends want to go to the movies." I was like, "Oh crap!" So I go in, I jump in the shower real quick, get the lake water off of me, and then go to the movies with her. And I'm sitting in the movie theater, JD, and Amy shows up, and we're watching this movie, and I'm literally sitting there like shaking. My body is just shaking. Like I'm not trying to, just like I've got the chills because my body is so hot. Now today, like I'm still red, but now I tan really easily. So it's like by tomorrow I'll be completely tan. Like I'm blessed in that way that sunburn doesn't bother me. I'll be red, but it doesn't hurt me like that.
Yeah, I'm hoping that mine turns into a tan pretty quickly, but I got a feeling it's gonna be a couple of days, man. I'm and you always like put some sunblock on. Of course, I was like, oh, I don't need no sunblock because I'm pretty smart. I don't know if y'all know that or not, but but I did put some on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I put it on early enough to save me or not, but man, I am still very sensitive to everything right now. It's very touching.
Well, let me tell you my biggest issue. Sunburn's not an issue for me. Number one, I'm still exhausted today. Like that sun zapped me, right? Because it was one of those days where it was really beautiful on the lake. Like the weather was perfect. It wasn't too hot. It was almost a little bit overcast, part of the day where you didn't have the sun just blaring down on you. And I remember Craig saying this is the worst because you think you're good and then you get out here and you get smoked. Yeah. But so we get the bright idea, we've got the kids with us, they're tubing. So we all get the bright idea that we want to hop on the tube. And I think Craig went first, but then I went. And JD, I've got to go to the gym. Like I've got to lift some weights. I've got to do something because I was on that tube for maybe, I was joking saying 15 seconds. I was probably on there for 30 seconds, right, at the most. Yeah. And I am so sore. Like my body was aching last night because I was holding on to that tube so hard, trying to stay on it. Yeah. And I was like, oh my, I got to lift some weights. I got to do something.
So what's sore on your arm or your chest or what?
My arm, just like right here, where I was where I was gripping, where I was holding, and I was trying to be cool, and I was like putting my arm out this way, so when we would go around, I'd have some stability. That didn't help me none. So I basically, I think it was maybe the second or third pass, he swung me around, and my whole body slid off of the tube. I was still hanging on, and I thought, okay, I'm going to hang on for a few more seconds. And then I was like, nope, my shorts are about to go. So I just let go. And yes, my shorts came off in the lake and I had to put them back on while sitting in the lake.
They have you and Craig both, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will say that I was the tube champion yesterday. I don't know how long I stayed on there, but it was long enough that I was like, okay, I'm just tired. I'm just letting go. I don't care. But I waited until he went in a turn, so he thought he slung me off. So he got straight.
He got straight and
okay,
let go.
I'm going to let go now. Yeah. No. I don't want him to have the pleasure of slinging me off.
Well, a lot of times you think riding a tube, you're out there to ride the tube, right? Not when you're with us. It is like riding a bronco, like riding a bull, because you're purposely trying to sling off. They're trying to sling you off.
Yeah.
And it was, dude, it would get quick going around, when you'd swing around. And like I said, that last time, my whole body just slid off. So I was done.
Everybody's got these plans, man, until, you get started. Those G's kick in, you're swinging out above the waves. But I love tubing, and it's a good time. I just regret look at my head, man, how red it is.
Yeah.
Like I'm burning up.
No, like I said, I was ready.
Of course, I'm not smart enough to bring a hat either. So
right. The girls were making fun of me last night. They said, you even got the sunglasses, but my face was so red.
Yeah.
And then I'm not going to lie to you. We stopped at Hardee's on the way back through, and that was the best hamburger I've ever eaten in my life because I was so hungry.
Yeah. We started out. And it takes a lot out of you, man. Like you said, that sun's zapping down on you, and, you're being physical, swimming, and on tubes and stuff like that. So, yeah, the hamburger definitely hit home.
Yeah, no, so good. So, man, it was a lot of fun. Like I said, it was the first time I'd got to do anything like that in a while, and I'd had a pretty tough week, so it was what I needed. I think, go hang out with some of my friends and just enjoy the day. And there is nothing like, we all talked about, there's nothing like being on the water.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I enjoy, man. Like, I don't know, I've always been drawn to the water. Like, it's a weird thing for me, I think, but I really enjoy the lake, the ocean, the river, whatever. But of course, the ocean's probably my favorite, but I enjoy Lake or River just the same, man.
Yeah,
it was a
no,
good
it
time
is.
yesterday.
It was a good time. I really did. I had a ball. So, anything else exciting happened this week? What are you
No,
doing?
I
With
got a
your
lot of
team?
gray in my beard, man. I'm getting old, bro.
Yeah. Well, my hair, you know that, like my hair, I talk about it on here. The reason that my haircut is so short, my hair has been like this since I was born, right? Like I've pretty much had the same haircut my whole life. It's just gotten shorter and shorter and shorter. And the reason that I get it cut so short now is because I've got gray popping out everywhere,
Yeah,
and it looks like somebody speckled paint on my head.
right.
And I can't stand it. Like I'm a little bit OCD. So this haircut, every Wednesday morning, if you want to know, like I need to find Jimmy Don. Wednesday morning, 10 o'clock, Jesse's Beauty Salon. That's where I'll be. Every Wednesday at 10. Yeah.
But no, I'm not minding the gray in my beard though, man. I think it actually looks all right. But
It don't look bad. Like it doesn't really look like
I
it.
look
I don't know.
distinguished.
Distinguished, sure. We'll go with that.
Sure. Thank you. Let me have my moment, man.
Yeah. Well, absolutely, we'll go with that. So, anything else cool happen this week, JD? Anything good go on?
Hadley had a couple of softball games. They won a couple. They ended up losing to get the 4th seed in the district, so they're going to be beat pretty mercilessly pretty soon here this week coming up. Johnson Central is just a machine. Their softball team is really, really good. So the season's going to be over. Yeah, Michael's like, at least you have hair to get Jimmy on.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I got hair. I shave it off because I got this, what they call it, widow's peak.
Mm-hmm.
It's right in the middle here. And I decided to be like Els and let it go, man,
So does your hair, does it grow in like all the way, or is it literally just here and then it's kind of bald the rest of the...
Well, I got a place in the back of my head that's bald too, but I mean, outside that, it's really thick. I just don't have to worry about styling it or worry about it. Just shave it off and be done with it. I think the bald head works for me.
Cool. I like it. Cool. All right, man. So let's talk about a few things. So something that I'd seen today that I was kind of interested to get your opinion on was I read something that in the history of Saturday Night Live, they have done like an opening skit making fun of the president for pretty much the entire time that SNL has been running until now. And they have not made fun of Biden. They haven't had anybody on, playing Biden. And of course, every week was when Trump was president. It was every week because Alec Baldwin played a great Trump. And they enjoyed making fun of Trump. But they've literally made fun of Obama, Trump, Bush, Clinton, like everybody until this year. And for some reason, they haven't Biden. Why do you think that is?
I don't know, man. I think that's strange. I don't know if it's that political climate is that strong or that we're that divided that they don't want to play into that or give any credence to, people are still hanging on to this notion that Joe's Slow Joe or Sleepy Joe or whatever he is, which to me is been played out at this point. But anyway, I don't know if they don't want to play into that, or I really don't know if it's just the political climate. Lorne Michael, he's a weird cat from what I can tell from everything I've read about him. Like, he have this great talent there, trying to run out for SNL or have a great talent there at SNL. He'll run them off or they'll leave because they can't get along. But I don't know, man. I think it's interesting that they have it because, like you said, every president has not. No, they haven't had a president that has been untouchable. SNL has gone at all of them, and that they haven't went at Joe Biden. It's kind of strange to me for sure.
Yeah,
what do you think it is?
Well, I don't know. I want to be the conspiracy theorist and say, look, I think we've discussed it on here many, many times, is that the media seems to be left leaning, right? Like they went after Trump like insane. Like, it was merciless. They went after him. But Trump also gave him a lot of content. So, the man he gave him a lot of content. But they went out after him, it was crazy. But you don't see, even on, what I would say, because I always said like the news media has been liberal and Hollywood's liberal. And now that they got their guy in there, like they don't want to shine any kind of negative light on him. And I don't understand why exactly. Like I almost want to be like, well, this is the plan. they're not making fun of Biden because that's their guy. They got him in there, and they're not making fun of any of these people. Like even on some of you watch the news, it's very rare for them to say anything negative. Now, there is some truth to he's not as prolific as Trump was. Trump was in your face all the time. And maybe that's what we're used to, or we kind of got used to Trump. And now you're kind of going back to the way things were because there may be some truth to that. But there's a lot of stuff, dude, they don't talk about, on the news that is negative.
It's weird, though, man. Like, because they went after, I know for a fact they went after Pelosi.
Mm-hmm.
And they've even had made fun of Biden in skits, maybe not the open skit or whatever, open monologue. But it's weird that they wouldn't want to do that, because it seems like that would definitely appeal to their audience. It appealed to me, even though I like Biden. I think it's funny that people make it like.
Well, yeah, it is funny.
Because you connect with those. You know what I'm saying? You recognize who he is, that position. You connect with that. So I would think they would want to make that connection with their audience. I don't know, either right wing leaning or left wing leaning, whatever.
Yeah, and do you think do you think they're being told? No, you can't.
I don't think Lorne Michaels gets told no, man. I think he runs the show on SNL, and those guys let him do what he wants to at this point. I would be very surprised to find out otherwise. But I don't understand why they wouldn't want to do that. That still doesn't make any sense to me.
It really doesn't. I read that and I was like, wow, that's crazy. And I kind of went back and looked at the opening skits and I was like, dude, they haven't made fun of Biden at all. No. And a lot of SNL stuff I enjoy. It's, I used to watch it a lot, especially when I was in high school and college age. I used to watch SNL all the time. And
who was your favorite SNL cast? I'm sorry.
Probably like my day. It was Will Ferrell.
Yeah, I know that. That was a good crew. Yeah,
that was a good crew, and it was Will Ferrell and Chris Farley, Sandler, David Spade. That was really kind of my heyday. Right, was when those guys were on.
Yeah.
And so I really enjoyed it, and then I also kind of caught the tail end of like Eddie Murphy, some of those guys. So kind of the old school.
So I didn't even know about SNL for a long time. I guess I was probably 12, 13 years old, and SNL wasn't on my radar at all. We lived in West Virginia. We didn't really have cable. We had satellite, but we, didn't really grow up watching a lot of comedy stuff. I didn't know what MTV was till I was 12 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And we moved over to Kentucky, and we had cable. And I was like, MTV, what's that?
What's that?
I heard the song Dire Straits, "I Want Me MTV," but I had no idea what they was talking about. But I guess my favorite cast would probably be that same cast. Will Ferrell and David Spade and those guys. Yeah, Adam Sandler. I thought they had some really, really good stuff.
Yeah, and over the years, there's been great skits. I mean, there's been some really, really Andy Samberg. Some of those guys have been really good.
Yeah. So my favorite. Well, this is interesting. I know it's a little bit detour, but it's all right. My favorite all-time SNL skit, and I'm not a huge Chris Farley fan at all because I think it's kind of slapstick. It's kind of stupid, some of it. But the Chippendales with him and Patrick Swayze, may be the funniest skit of all time. I can't turn it off. If it comes on, I'm definitely watching it.
I tell you what,
do you have a favorite?
Well, Norm Macdonald is Burt Reynolds.
Oh,
when he would do Burt Reynolds on Jeopardy.
Oh man, those were so good.
It would kill me. It would absolutely kill me. And I really like Norm too. Norm's comedy is a little different.
Yeah.
But I always liked Norm as Burt Reynolds on Jeopardy. And then you've got, Will Ferrell playing Trebek.
And who plays Sean Connery? I can't remember.
It was Hammond. Was it Daryl Hammond? Was that his name?
I don't know. I can't remember. But no, he nails it. Oh, it was so good.
Well, one of the things that they do now is they do Celebrity Family Feud. Oh, okay. And they've got the guy making fun of Steve Harvey. And I watched one the other day. It was Ariana Grande doing a Jennifer Lawrence. And she was spot on. It was hilarious.
Right.
And but that's a good one as far as the current stuff.
Right.
But no, and then over the years you had Alec Baldwin doing Trump. You had Will Ferrell doing Bush. And those were all classic, dude. Those were classic.
Tina Fey doing Sarah Palin.
Yes. Oh, that was so good.
I knew when Sarah Palin stepped on stage, I was like, oh my God, Saturday Night Live is going to eat this lady alive.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Oh yeah, I know, and that's part of the fun of it, right? Is because
Yeah.
you do have to take the politics stuff very seriously, and it's kind of fun to see those people get made fun of.
For sure. Yeah.
And it just, I don't know, I read that and I was interested to know what you thought because you're a comedian and you're doing this stuff, and and you pay attention to that medium, and the fact that they wouldn't is just really odd to me.
It really is. Yeah. Like, so I figured it out. I was thinking about this week. Are there any subjects off topic for a comedian? And I don't think there is, but I think there's one key to all of it. You have to be funny. You can talk about anything. You can just basically say anything. But if you're not funny, it's not going to work. And you're going to end up looking like it's going to be bad for you. So and I think that's the problem people have. Like, so if you come across not funny, now you come off as a dick. You know what I'm saying? Instead of as the funny guy. And so what happens is, these comedians are out touring, going on all these dates, and they're polishing their sets, they're trying to get better. And they go to Oregon or Portland in this big city. They try this joke and it's not funny. Oh, this guy's racist. But the time he gets to Washington on that same tour and that same joke, it's polished, it's worked. And now he tells it and it's not racist at all. And so, we can, like I said, we can basically talk about anything and say anything as long as you're funny, man. If you can come across as being funny, then you can do anything.
Yeah, and a lot of times when you're telling, especially when it comes to if you're telling racial jokes or things like that, it hits home for those people like there's some truth to it.
Yeah.
And it's funny, right? Because there's some truth, like white people can't dance. Well, that's true. And if you're making fun of that, it's kind of funny. And like you said, though, I think you're right. You got to be funny.
Yeah.
Or otherwise it's going to come off as you just being a jerk.
Right. Yeah. That happened to me before too, And I was trying to sell some jokes about homosexuality and Chick-fil-A or whatever. And I kept saying, no, I'm not homophobic. And of course, the more I said it, the more
homophobic you sounded.
Yeah. So, you're better off just going up there and then saying what you're going to say and be funny and don't try to be apologetic because you're going to sound worse. So, but SNL, I can't understand why Joe Biden would be off target for them. Like, he seems like he'd be the perfect target.
Yeah,
they could come up with some really funny stuff too, especially with the speech impediment thing and all that stuff.
And the fact that they say he's slow or and he's older and he's feeble. You could do. There's so many things you could come up with that would be hilarious. And it's playing on a little bit of truth, but you're over exaggerating it. You know what I mean? It's an over exaggeration. All right, so I'm driving this week and I hear this segment on KSR. And all I could think about was, I have to ask JD this question. I have to. I want to know because I know my boy, and he literally thinks he can do anything.
Yeah, and I don't think this is fair because I think I can do anything.
Yeah. And so but I'm interested, and I'll tell what I think too. But the talk was, they did a poll amongst American men and gave the percentages of men who think that they could fight this particular animal and win.
Okay.
And there's several listed, okay? So we're just going to start with the highest, with the highest percentage of men who thought they could beat this animal, okay? All right, so first one, a rat. Do you think you could beat a rat in a fight?
Sure, absolutely, yeah.
I think I could too. Right, you just step on it, mainly. It's not that big of a deal. You're a lot bigger than it, so I think that's a given. 72% of men said they could beat a rat in a fight. Now, the other 28% I have some concern about.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like there's 28% of men that don't think they can beat a rat up?
Apparently. Yeah. Joe says yes. All right, I like it. Yes, audience, chime in and let me know if you think you can beat this animal in a fight. So, that's exactly the thought, JD. I was like, okay, that seems like a given, right? Who's the 28% that said they didn't think they could? I'm concerned about that.
Yeah, I am a little bit concerned about that as well.
All right, next one, house cat.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll throw it against the wall, man, and break its neck. Absolutely, I'll kill a house cat easy. I get scratched in the whole process, but that'd be it. Like
the house cat one, I think any type of rat, Harrison. Just to jump back, I think any type of rat, I don't care how big it is. I don't care how ugly and scary it is. Yeah, those big
ass New York rat.
I
put my boots on and stomp its guts out.
Yes. All right, so the house cat, I think could be a little scary because it really could scratch your face off.
I mean, it's going to scratch you a couple times probably. If it's going crazy, you're going to grab it and it's going to scratch you and bite you. But I'm going to throw it against the wall and it's going to.
Yeah.
Its neck's going to pop.
It's going down. Yeah. No, I think that's a given. All right. So 69% of men think they could beat up a house cat.
That's crazy to me. There's 31% of men out there who don't think they can beat. Where do they do these pose out? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. Probably in some liberal city, JD. No.
Because we know a lot of right wing men. Oh, y'all can beat up everything.
Of course we could, right wingers. We're tough. All right, next one, goose.
Yeah, I rig a goose's neck, bro. Yeah,
I think a goose could be scary too, though. I think a goose could be tough.
Yeah. So they are scary. Have you ever had one? Like, have you seen one get aggressive? Man, they are not fun to deal with. But if I wanted to kill it, I definitely could kill it.
I think so too. I think I'm still in the game here too. Like if I'm in a battle royale, we're fighting a tournament. I think I'm still in too. So goose, 61% of men thought they could take a goose. Okay. All right. Next one, medium-sized dog.
Yeah, medium-sized dog for sure. So we're talking about 67-pound dog, like a regular just yard dog. Yeah. Again, you're not going to come out unscathed. You're going to have some scratches. You're going to have some bites, but you could kill it, in a couple of minutes. What do you think?
Ultimately, you could take it though.
Yeah.
No, I think I could too. I think a medium-sized dog, again, it would be scary, especially if you get a real vicious one. You're probably going to take some damage.
Right.
But I think at the end of the day, I think you could take that dog. I think a medium-sized dog. All right, so a medium-sized dog, 49% of men thought they could take a medium-sized dog. So 51% thinks that they can.
That's weird to me, man. I don't know. Like, I don't see no 60, 70-pound dog killing me. Like, if it was a fight to the death, the dog's going to die.
Yeah.
For sure.
I agree. All right, next up, an eagle.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, kill an eagle. Like, if we're fighting and it ain't running away and we're fighting, like, somebody's got to die, it's going to be the eagle for sure.
We know, but the eagle is, it's flying. It's come down with its talons. It could get you in the head.
Yeah, again, you're going to take some damage.
You're going to have to get a hold of the eagle.
But, I'm going to throw it overhand right at the eagle. It's going to go
down. Poor eagle.
What do you think?
I think I could, right? Like that's we're starting to get into the territory where I might be getting a little scared, right? Like, because an eagle's it flies, so the chances of you grabbing a hold of it and it not, taking one of those talons and shoving it through the side of your head or pecking you in the face, it's going to be much more difficult to grab that eagle and take it. So
yeah, but I think you could knock it down a little. Do you think you could knock it down and then stomp it?
I think you could, but I think you may, again, I think it's with a lot of these animals, you may take some pressure, but I think you may have a harder time because the animal, like a dog, is still going to come at you, right? It's on the ground. Right. It's still with you and it's coming at you. So you've got the chance to get it. An eagle can fly away and you can't go get it.
Right. That's true. Yeah. But if it's a battle to the death, one of us is going to have to die before the fight's over.
Yeah.
It's either going to have to finish me off or I'm going to have to finish it off. I feel like I could take it.
Yeah. I'm going to say that I could. But I'm starting to get into the category where I'm not sure. So 30% of men said that they could take an eagle. So 70%, that's, you're starting to get well below 50% here, people who think they could do it. So I'm like Joe here. Yeah, it would mess you up for sure, but you could probably take it. I agree with that, Joe. So, all right, next up, a large dog.
Man. I'm going to say, yeah. Just because I feel like if you could get in a headlock or something, get us, where we're coming back or anything, you could break its neck eventually. You could. You're just talking about. I think that you're starting to get into the individual dogs, the individual humans for sure. Like, this dog's better equipped to fight. This dog does this good. So it just really depends. I'd hate to fight a bull mastiff, man. It'd be a bad day. Or
it would.
Be a bull with a big old head like that, man. It'd be tough. But I think if it was like I said, life or death, I think I could take it.
So I'm still in the game.
Like I would slam it against the ground, slam it against the guardrail, or bust its head on something. I think I do.
I still think the way they're equipped and the way that they're on fours, right? They're true defenses to bite. I think that if you could really get where you could punch it really hard, I think you could startle it and get it. Like I still think you got a chance, but you're really starting to get close. So
and like
a large. Go ahead.
If I have my steel toe shoes on, boots on, kick its teeth out, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
If I could get a good swing and kick it in the chin, it's gonna be hurt. I don't care. That dog's gonna be hurt.
All right. So 23% of men think that they could take a large dog. So I think we're still in that 23%. I'm still there. Okay. All right. Now we're getting into the single digit stuff here. Okay. So the next one is a chimpanzee.
Nope. You can't whip no chimpanzee, man. No chance.
You're not going to whip the chimpanzee?
It's going to rip your face off. They're like way, way, way stronger than us and just built way, way different than us. We can't, What do you think?
Kind of the same way. It's another one of those things where if you could get a hold of it and sling it, you'd have a shot. But I'm probably tapping out right here too. I mean, as far as where I can go, I'm probably tapping out. And so 17% of men think they could take a chimpanzee.
They can't.
No, and I mean, you probably got like a 17% chance in the fight, right? Like legit. Like if you're fighting, it's going to rip your face off before you know what's going on, most likely. They go for the genitals, absolutely. Your only hope would be able to grab a hold of it. There's Lane France who got her face ripped off by a monkey. Yeah, those things are no joke.
Yeah, people think they're animals. They're wild animals, guys. They're not.
And they're wicked strong.
Right.
Yeah, and they're wicked strong.
Sure.
All right, so next one, which I was kind of surprised this one was below. I thought this would be a little higher on the list, but it's a king cobra.
I forget. So it's just barehanded?
Yeah, you're just you and the king cobra.
I think we'd both die, probably.
Yeah, it would bite you, and then you would get a hold of it and kill it before you died, right?
Right.
That kind of makes sense to me because, look, now, number one, I am petrified of snakes, okay? Yeah. Petrified. I don't care if it's a garter snake. I am petrified of a snake. Yes. Black snakes I don't bother because they eat poisonous snakes. But I am soling my britches if I come upon a snake. So the way I see it, the only shot you really got is if you can get around, you got to be able to get a hold of it and get a hold of its tail. And if you can, then you can maybe snap its neck like that, right? Yeah. Or get it to where you could pin it down and, and then crush its head. But that, like a king cobra, that's a different thing. Yeah. It's going to bow up on you, dude. And I'm done right there. Yeah, spin at you.
Yeah. That's the they blind you, bro. Yeah. So I think there's a lot of variables, like, what clothing I have on, a lot of these things. Am I wearing something thick that the cobra can't bite through? Or am I just in a pair of ball shorts and tennis shoes and I don't know. There's a lot of variables. But just going out barehanded trying to fight a cobra, you can count me on that one too, because we're both probably going to die.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good chance. All right, so 15% thought they could take a king cobra. So that's the thing as far as, like, I kind of thought the king cobra would be above the chimpanzee. Like, I feel like I'd have a little better shot with the king cobra. Like, if I'd have a decent chance. So but, not even a decent chance. I would have a chance.
Right.
But
chimpanzee, I don't think
the chimpanzee, I don't think I got a shot at all. All right, so the next one was kangaroo.
Ooh.
Kangaroo will whip your tail.
Yeah. I can't beat up a kangaroo, man. Kangaroo will whip my ass.
So that was.
And I'll tell you why, though, because they box. They get on their tails, man, and kick you, and they'll hurt you bad. Like, you can't beat up a kangaroo.
No, I agree. All right, so 14% of men thought they could take a kangaroo.
Yeah, they can't.
A wolf.
So, Michael, I know that is the guy the kangaroo had the dog in the headlock, and he jawed it. But he got out too, because he knew he was going to get his ass whooped. Kangaroos are hard, bro. Yeah. A wolf. A healthy male wolf? No.
No, I don't think so either. Like, I think you're done. I think it's one of those things, they're quick and one-on-one. I just don't think I'm taking a wolf. I think I'm done. Yeah, all right, so 12% thought they could take a wolf.
I'm glad there's more people more deluded than I am.
Yeah, right. That's what I was wondering. Like, what I was really wondering is if we'd get down through here and we'd get to crocodile, and JD's like, "Yeah, I'd take a crocodile." What are you talking about? Yeah,
I think I'd have a better chance against a crocodile than a chimpanzee, honestly.
Yeah, like JD, like you're more realistic than I thought. Like I really thought we would get down through here, and JD's like, dude, I'll take crocodile all day. Crocodile don't want no part of me. But that was the next one was crocodile, and I'll kind of run through these. I'm just interested that you can kind of give me yes or no real quick. So crocodile was 9%.
So I feel like crocodile is interesting because you can wear them down.
Yeah,
they'll chase you, and you can kill them. So I think I can take a crocodile.
Really?
Yeah. Take its
I guess the question is, are you fighting it in its territory or yours?
Right. Oh, well, now if we're in a lake or there's no chance. I have zero chance.
Yeah.
But if I can make him run a little bit and wear him down and get on his back and gouge his eyes out and that sort of thing, then I got a real good chance.
Yeah, I got no shot against crocodile. Crocodile take me to eat me, drag me down into the water. I'm done. All right, gorilla. No, like there's nobody. Like I can't even believe. Like gorilla is like the fourth from the top here. So
there's people that said they could whoop a gorilla.
8%.
Jesus. Yeah, they're definitely more deluded than that.
Yeah, they're idiots. Dude, a gorilla will rip you in half.
For sure. Yeah.
Like it'll grab you and just tear you apart.
There's a video. I guess another little kid fell into a gorilla pen, and the gorilla ran away, and they put, I know my history, and the gorilla was run away. Comes like Harambe, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. And then you've got an elephant.
Wow.
An elephant's one of those things that's weird, right? Like, how do you fight an elephant?
Yeah.
I mean, they're huge. Like, how do you fight one? Like, it just step on you, right? Or sit on you if it got near you, like, or tusk you if it had tusks. I mean, it just, what do you do? I mean, like, how do you fight an elephant?
You don't.
Yeah, you don't. You run. Yeah, you just don't be stupid.
Right.
How
many percentage on that?
8. Same as a gorilla. There's a bunch of idiots out here. Okay. The next one is lion.
No
chance.
Nope.
0. No chance. 8% on that one as well.
What are these people thinking, man? They've never seen a lion in real life. Then they've never been to the zoo.
Again, lion will rip you in half, and they're fast. They run animals down and kill them for sport. That's how they eat. That's just what they do. And then last one on the list was a grizzly bear.
If anybody put yes on this, then they're idiots. Because
6%.
No, I don't believe it. Are you serious, man?
Yep, it's right here.
No,
here,
ain't nobody. No, I believe you. There ain't nobody beating up on a grizzly bear. No, absolutely not.
I mean, people have survived grizzly bear attacks, right?
That's as best as you can do, right there.
That's all you're doing is surviving. If you can survive, you've won. So that's what I see.
So there's an interesting thing about grizzly bears that you may or may not know. So the male, if you were attacked by a female, you could survive because she's probably trying to protect her cubs. She's trying to neutralize the threat. But if a male grizzly kills you or attacks you, you're dying because he's killing you to eat you.
Right.
And so that's one of those things. You're not going to beat it up either way, but your chances of survival definitely go up if it's a female.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like I said, I just don't think that you are.
Exactly, Joe.
Survival means you got your ass kicked at 100%. Yes. 100%. Yeah. If you survived, you won. So that's how I see it. So yeah, but I heard that this week, and I swear when I was listening to it, I was like, dude, I got to ask JD these questions because I know JD is very confident and rightly so, but JD's a very confident guy. And I was like, I got to know if JD Dammer thinks he can whip a gorilla. I got to know. And so I wanted to bring that up on here just to see what you thought. I thought that would be kind of fun.
No, am I far off on the crocodile thing, though? Am I being unrealistic?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think a crocodile, again, if you see a crocodile, you just run.
Yeah, but I think that's the part of the tactic, right? Like you make it run, you tire it out, you attack. That's how these guys wrangle crocodiles and alligators. They tire them out. Actually, like the big crocodiles are easier to capture than small crocodiles that take them a lot longer to wear out.
Oh, this is a question.
No.
I don't think you can kill one with your bare hands.
Well,
I don't think so. I mean, I'm not in a whole lot of danger of getting killed by the cow either. But,
right.
As far as to kill a cow with your bare hands, it's a big old animal.
Yeah. And so, like, I feel like I think my percentages go up if I get one weapon. Like, it's not a gun. Like, even like it's a spear or something. Like, you're percentages go way
Well,
up, right?
yeah, absolutely. Because then you got a shot. Like I
Yeah.
said, then you got a chance.
No, these
But
large
it's most
dogs are definitely
likely,
going to go down.
yeah. But you get to gorilla, lion, things like that. They're just going to take your spear and stab you with it. That's how it's going
Yeah, a
down.
gorilla does not care about your spear at all.
No, it's going to laugh. You're going to poke it, and then it's going to say, and then whip you with
But
your
a
spear.
crocodile, you could probably.
A crocodile, you might have a better shot because you can jam it. Because you could get behind a crocodile. Like you could
Right.
get behind and potentially get on top of a crocodile.
Right.
But, and maybe spear it. But that would be, yeah. No. I'm still, even with a spear, I'm probably still running.
I mean, it's the same with even like a king cobra. If you got a spear, he raises up like that, you chop it up.
Yeah,
it changes a lot.
So I don't know. I thought that was kind of interesting, and like I said, I had to hear what JD's thoughts were. So I actually do have another topic though that I wanted to throw by you, and this had to do with the mayor in Chicago. What's it, Lightfoot? I think is her name, Mayor Lightfoot. It's the lady, but she's basically said,
"Ladies, at the one."
Yeah. So she's basically said that she will only talk to reporters of color. So essentially, if you're a white reporter, she won't talk to you. She's going to talk to the people that are black or Hispanic or whatever that she's going to talk. And I just find that disturbing, man. Like we are going down this path where they're talking a lot about racism, and they have a point, right? Like they have a point in what they're saying when they talk about racism and maybe how the cops are treating, the black community. They've got a point. But how does it fix anything when they turn around and do stuff like that?
I think she's just an idiot, man. Like, and what's worrisome is that she's a mayor of a big, large city, but most people aren't like that. I think she's probably the exception to the rule, not the rule.
Yeah.
I hate that she's decided to go down a path like that. I had, and one of the girls I really enjoyed doing comedy with, Angie Davis, put a Facebook post, and I'm sure she was just joking, but she said, one of the things I don't miss about comedy, straight white men. It's like, I mean, ouch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
I never done nothing to her, Like I'm sure she was just trying to be funny. But again, it wasn't funny to me. And it's the same thing, this mayor, like, oh, he's a straight white man. I ain't going to talk to him. He's a same-o. I mean, we're all different, man. Even though we have the same backgrounds, but we still have different ways of processing ideals, different way of thinking about things. This mayor, I think she's absolutely wrong and idiotic and racist for, doing what she's doing. If she's doing those things, man, that's absolutely not cool with me.
Yeah, no, I saw that the other day, and she said it to the press corps, Joe. As far as that, she was like, "Look, I only talk to the members who are of color," and I was like, "Damn, that's kind of crazy." Is if you're, look, and like I said, I don't even disagree that they've got a point. There are still elements of racism in our society, no doubt. Yeah. But if you're wanting to move forward on race relations, this ain't the way.
Right, I agree, and really what it does, in my opinion, is it hurts the black community because why did slavery end? Because there's a bunch of white people who decided this was the wrong thing. Right. I mean, that's cruel to say, man, but it's the truth.
Sure, but it's true.
The historical accuracy is because a bunch of white men said, this is wrong. The reason the black people we move forward on race relationships in this country where we have is because white men have seen the inequality, and then that it's bad for any kind of person to be put down for the race or for the skin color or the race. So it does the same thing, man. It hurts them because it takes out people who are telling the story of the black community. Just because they don't share that same skin color doesn't mean they can't share that or tell that story and empathize and be a part of moving forward in those communities. And I think she's really, really messing up by taking that stance.
And she's been kind of controversial, anyway.
She wondered about the riots. Like she didn't want people within so far of her house. Like she let them burn the city down.
Yeah, same lady. And, so I don't know. I mean, I've said it many times, and it's something I talk about this all the time. I interviewed a guy yesterday for the Small Town channel, right? And he's a Puerto Rican guy that collects comic books. And he and I were just kind of talking. And I find it interesting for the different cultures, how big was comic books in their lives? Like, is it a cultural thing? Is it? And he was, I don't know. Anyway, we just kind of, as we were talking it out, both of us kind of realized, we were like, look, it doesn't matter if you're purple, if you're white, if you're black, if you're brown, it does not matter. As long as we have a whole lot more in common.
Sure.
Than we realize. And there are forces out there, I believe, that are trying to tear us apart, that are trying to keep that as an issue. And I'm not saying that necessarily is a liberal thing or a right thing. I think there are powers out there that they push that stuff a lot on TV, man, like the whole race thing. They push it a lot. And I think that's just sad. And when I heard that, I was like, man, how stupid. It's just so stupid. It's somebody says it's segregation by or they're segregating us by preaching desegregation, and it's just kind of crazy. And so I thought that was nuts.
I mean, what she's doing though is the very definition of racism by separating people based on their race. That's exactly what racism is.
Yeah.
So for her not to be able to see that, or for people to be on board with that, I can't get on board with that, man.
Yeah, no, I couldn't either. So I saw that and I thought that was kind of interesting, and thought it was kind of sad too. And then so JD too, the big thing is here. I think it's June 6th. The state of Kentucky will be wide open. We're going to open wide open. I think we've been wide open in Eastern Kentucky for a while. I think it's.
Did we shut down?
Did we shut down? I don't know that we ever did. But are you excited to see life as normal kind of get back?
So excited. I told you yesterday, and I'm staying by today. I'm hitting up some concerts this year.
Man, me too.
I'm so ready to go out and do some things and be outside and be around people. And, I joke all the time like I hate people, but I don't. I'm a people person. I love being around people. I love conversating. I love people hearing people's ideals. I love good people. I like being around good people. And so I'm ready, man, to go out. And I feel like most people are good. I feel like most people want to go out. When they go out, they want to go out and have a good time. They don't want to go out and ruin your good time. Most people can go out and have an all good time together. Jason Rundle, Louder Than Life, has a fire lineup. Absolutely.
Yeah, you'll see me there, brother.
It is 4 days.
Is it 4 days?
Yeah, I looked at it again today. It's 4 days, Thursday through Sunday. The lineup looks amazing. September, I plan on being in Louisville for 4 days.
I'll be in Louisville for sure. There's a pretty good chance I'll be there for the Friday and Sunday show, which Metallica headlines. You can almost mark that down. I will be in town because they're going to play 2 different set lists. They're not going to play the same songs each night. So, I mean, you're going to get your face melted.
It's crazy that they have that many good songs they can go out.
That many good songs that they can come out and play a concert with. Like, I can't wait. Like, I mean, it's been a few years since I've seen Metallica, so I'm pumped. And then you've got, Jane's Addiction, who I love. I love
Snoop on Saturday.
Snoop.
That's one great addition to Louder Than Life, man. I love me some Snoop Dogg, bro. And give me a shout. Come see my dealership. Absolutely, Joe. I'm sure that's not far from you, is it? So definitely looking forward to Louder Than Life. I've never been to a festival like that, man. I've never done that. I would like to do like a Bonnaroo or a Louder Than Life or Rock on the Range or any of those things. I'm down for it this year. I'm game, and I'm definitely going to go make it happen. I'm tired of the separation. I'm ready to get back together and have some fun.
Yeah, me too. I said I'm looking forward to it. I know, they said you don't have to wear a mask if you've been vaccinated. I don't know how they're really going to tell, if you haven't, if they're going to make you wear a scarlet letter. If they do that, then I'll have a problem with it. But otherwise, I just, let's get back to it, man. I'm so ready to get back to it. And Louder Than Life, like I said, dude, you will see me there. I went the last time they had it. I watched Guns N' Roses, Godsmack, and Ice Cube. That was the night that I went. Those were the bands I was wanting to see. And but there's a pretty good chance I'm going to go for the whole weekend. I probably won't go for Thursday, but I will probably go for the Friday, Saturday, Sunday show. There's a pretty good chance that happens. So I'm looking forward to that and go see the mighty Metallica, rock out. So, all right, dude, you got anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, I was going to ask you, man. I thought it was something interesting. Like, do you have any phobias, man?
Yeah, I do. One we talked about tonight. Like, I'm scared to death of snakes. Like, is it like a legit phobia? Yes, I am scared to death of a snake. Like there was a lady, we lived up Stony Brook, and this lady that lived beside me, she said, there's this black snake. She called me and she was like, there's a black snake. Will you come kill it? And I was like, you need to call somebody else. And I said, look, yeah. And I told her, I said, I'm not trying to be a butt. I said, like, I'm legit scared of them. And I am. I'm scared of a snake. There was a guy when we lived at Stony Brook. His name was Roy Justice. Awesome dude. Love Roy. But I could pull him one day and pull up, and I see him out in his driveway because when you're coming up Stony Brook, he was the first house. Like you could see it when you were coming up. And he was out there in his driveway, and he was messing around. And I was like, what is he doing? And I looked down, and he's got a rattlesnake. And he is messing with this rattlesnake with his bare hands.
What?
And he is just like kicking it around, like, grabbing it, picking it up, laying it down. Like it would come towards him. He'd pick it up. I was like, are you out of your mind?
Yeah.
I said, you're going to get bit. I said, do I need to sit here and take you to the hospital? And he was like, no, and he ended up he killed it. But after he played with it for 20 minutes.
He's like a dog, wasn't he?
It was crazy. And then the other one is hands down drowning. And I can swim like a fish.
Right.
I swim really well. I don't have a problem. I'm not afraid of water like I swim, but I have a fear of drowning. So much so that when my girls were little, I would not hardly go to the lake with them, right? And in the pool, I stayed right on top of them. And once they learned to swim, I kind of let them go a little bit. Like I don't have that fear now because they can both swim really, really well.
Right.
But yeah, and I was looking at a houseboat one time, and the decision not to buy it was strictly because I was scared to death of that space between the dock and the boat. And I was afraid my babies would fall down in there and one of them would drown. Like I was scared to death of it, and I didn't buy a houseboat. What about you? Do you have any?
Man, but the really only thing that really scares me, like that would actually be considered like a phobia, I think, would be heights. And it's weird because the planes don't bother me, helicopters don't bother me. I can do all those things, but like actually getting on a ladder and climbing, like the top of these towers and stuff. These guys, have light bulbs and stuff. That scares me. Like that. There's pictures of those guys on the what they call skyscrapers, walking around on those beams and eating lunch. And no, not your boy here. This is never going to happen for me. So so heights is a big one for me. Like, I don't know what it is. Also, I guess drowning would be just a terrible way to die.
Yeah, I just think it would be so awful. Like, it smothers me out just to think about it. Yeah. Like, I'm just like, huh.
Have you watched the movie The Cave?
I don't think so.
These people go diving, and this guy, they're in there. And anyway, they get in the water, and they're trying to. This one lady loses her air hose or whatever mask. This guy tries to save her and shares his, and he takes it back. Then he can't give it back to her, and it shows her drown. And I was like, oh my God, that's so terrible to watch, man. Like, because we're in the cave. She can't go up and get air.
Yeah. No, you're just done. You're done.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just to me, that would be awful. Like, I have scuba dived quite a bit.
Okay.
But I will not scuba into a cave, or like I've had an opportunity to scuba like into a cave system or whatever. Nope. Your boy has to be able to see the top of the water. Like the water's got to be there. Like I've scubaed around boats and some different things, like in the Caribbean, like old shipwrecks. Like I've scubaed in some of that, and but I've got to be able to see the top, because if I can't, it freaks me out and I get smothered out and almost have like a panic attack. So the heights thing is interesting because heights never bothered me. But they do a little bit now as I've gotten older. And it's not that I'm necessarily afraid of it, but like getting on a Ferris wheel, like a big Ferris wheel, like at the beach or something like that.
Yeah.
Kind of freaks me out now. And I don't know why that has happened. But like even riding roller coasters, JD, like it messes with me now. I can't hardly do it.
So what's the big ride at Kings Island where it takes you straight up and just drops you down? What is that?
Drop zone?
Drop zone. So I did that. I think I was in my early 20s. I was like, oh, this is nothing to it. I did it like when I was like 29, 30 years old. And I was like, what in the hell am I doing on this ride? Why am I here? And I never got back on again, man. But like roller coasters don't bother me. Like I said, helicopters and planes, I'll fly anywhere. But I don't know, man. There's something about a ladder, and I guess like climbing on a house on a ladder, man, scares me to death. I'm always afraid that thing's going to kick out and I'm gonna be gone.
Sure, man. No, I feel you. Like any more like riding roller coasters. It's not even that I'm afraid of it, right? It's that it rattles my skull, like it rattles my head, and my head hurts. So, like when we were at Disney, I rode Space Mountain, and from a roller coaster standpoint, Space Mountain's a lot of fun.
Right.
It's really fast, and it
Is that the one takes off? Is that the one takes off like that?
It takes off real quick, and then it's in the dark. You can't see, and except it's like stars and things like that, but it's dark. Yeah. And you don't even go upside down. You just, you're going really fast around curves and things like that. Well, I've gotten to now when I get on one, like I have to plant my head back on the seat and hold myself there because it just shakes my head. And I don't know. It just messes with me. I don't know.
So the Son of the Beast at Kings Island was the worst ride I've ever rode for that.
Yeah, it was awful.
I got off of it every time I was nauseated. I felt terrible. I felt like I had a headache. It was bouncy, wooden roller coaster. It was huge. But God, I hate that ride.
Now, you're talking about the Son of the Beast, the one that had the loop, or the Beast?
The Son of the Beast.
Yeah.
I thought it was worse than the Beast.
The Beast itself I love. Like, it's a rough ride, but I love the Beast. Yeah, the Son of the Beast is horrible. I can't stand it.
Is it still there, or did they take it down?
I think they took it down.
Yeah, I think they did. I think they got a lot of complaints.
Yeah.
It was a terrible ride. You're right, Joe. That's it for me, man. That's all I got. It was a good time, good show. I think it's a good place to
it was fun. Yeah, good place to leave it. So, guys, we appreciate you coming and hanging out with me and JD every Sunday evening. Of course, you can find the podcast on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, all the places that you can find podcasts. Podbean is where we launched that podcast from. And, of course, you can go and follow us there as well. JD's running the social media, so you can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And otherwise, guys, that's about all we got. So, as we always end these things, from myself and from JD, no matter how bad your week's been, no matter how bad your day's going, if you just add bourbon, it always gets a little bit better.
Before you end, one thing. It looks like I've got somebody lined up to come back on the podcast. We haven't done it in a while. I think people around here are really going to enjoy this person. I think, don't you think? You remember?
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a hoot. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, yeah.
And so that'll be coming up in the next week or so, probably. So we'll look forward to that, and we'll make an announcement on Facebook. See you guys.
All right.